Apologies for the difference in the lighting. I recorded the parts of Joe on a different day when I didn't have a light. Say hello to this sexy beast. I hope you're doing well, and enjoy this video.
Hey, I'm your local theatre kid.
Shut up, Richard!
And welcome to my Practitioner and Stars of Acting series. I am doing this series because it may help fellow GCSE Drama students.
If you upload, yeah.
Please put your hands together for your host, Uncle Rick. This video is going to be about Bertolt Brecht. Before we start, please follow my Twitter as I'm active on there. Subscribe and turn notifications on. Like, share, comment, all that nice stuff.
Who is this dude? Bertolt Brecht was born and raised in Germany. He left in 1933 because of Voldemort's reign and returned in 1947. He is a socialist.
Add more!
He was highly against Adolf Hitler. This is shown in the Rise of Artur Ui, which is an allegory of Hitler's rise to power. A poignant scene in which Hitler is condemned to the trial scene, where an innocent man who is on the brink of death is sentenced to 15 years at hard labour because of the corruption of court. The complicit nature of the German people are condemned throughout this play, as well as this scene. The Decision is the play that shows Brecht's communist views. In the prelude, teaching of the classics and recitative, the characters talk factually about communism as if an essay and a robot. This is an effective way to send the message of communism ain't so bad.
Go on speaking, and be sure, we sympathise with you. It was so hard to do what was correct. Nor was it you who judged him, it was reality.
This play is an apologia for mass murder, because the chorus have been the moral compass throughout, and are apologising and sympathising for murder. After this, I believe the four agitators lie, and the young comrade becomes a sort of puppet. A puppet reminds me of when people put heads on spikes in medieval times to deter people from messing with them. I believe this is what they're doing here, using this as a deterrent for disagreeing with their Marxist views. The repetition of teachings throughout the play highlights that Brecht was taught about Marxism by Karl Koch and Walter Benjamin. The young comrade disagreeing with the agitators and getting himself killed could reflect Brecht not being a part of a communist party, just in case he disagrees slightly and gets himself killed. Finally, this could show some fear he has towards communism, making him a socialist. What did he want theatre to be? He wanted theatre to be a place of education, rather than entertainment and escapism. His theatre would give an audience an essential and intense version of reality. He forced the audience into critical thinking about politics and society. It would wake up the audience. This was done using the alienation, distancing, and estrangement effect. To distance the audience, there would be lots of narration, direct address, and placards. Scenes were episodic, so the audience had to work out how to put them together. Comedy would be used to estrange the audience. What other techniques were used? Brecht didn't let his audience emotionally invest in the play. He used modi role, gestures.
Explain more.
Gestus is the exaggeration of gesture and attitude of the character you're making and portraying. For example, if I was being a jest of a politician in their constituency, I'd walk with my shoulders back, head and chin up, and a gesture I'd repeat is shaking hands with people. This is to show confidence and relaxation. A politician in their constituency probably won't face as much aggravation than they would in their opposition's constituency. When doing jests, it is challenging for me because I'm confident and open to showing myself. However, this is unhelpful when making jests, as I shouldn't be myself. I should be a caricature of the character type I'm trying to show. And third person speaking, so the actors wouldn't embody the characters. Spoiler alerts were used through projections on curtains. Extra stuff. Brecht was exploitative in his craft, and that is the reason why his plays had very strong female leads.
I hate hypocrisy.
Explain more.
Most of this section comes from the brilliant written essay on rampages.us. I definitely recommend reading it. He changed women like his shirt from Claude Volker talking about Brecht's social life, suggests that he changed his female romantic partner frequently, without any thought. This could be seen as sexism and misogyny, because he probably didn't care about women's thoughts and feelings. In his plays, a common female character is the self-denying woman. The dictionary definition of self-denying says,
someone who is self-denying refuses to do or have things that they would like either because they cannot afford them, or because they believe it is morally good for them not to do them or have them.
This specifically refers to the asexual, hyper-nurturing mother, says the essay. An example of this is Grusha from the Caucasian Chalk Circle, which follows her journey of keeping a child safe from the military at any cost. Although dangerous, She risks going over an unstable bridge in high wind. She also leaves the baby with a peasant woman for a moment and comes back. Limiting women's representation to being a mother perpetuates the idea that's all they're needed for, which is pretty misogynistic. This ties into Brecht being a communist because under a dictatorship, no one can vote or have a voice, especially women. While working under Brecht's style, we can use some of Stanislavski's system to make our jests. For example, given circumstances, the context around the character after a certain point. Objectivism names, the motivation for the character, I want or I wish. There are motivations for the character in the scene, sections of the scene, lines, words, and for the whole play.
And now here's an example.
Capitalism is bad, capitalism is bad, capitalism is bad, underpaid, 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 underpaid,
Please vote!
Whenever I watch this, I cringe. It is such a bad example of Brecht's style. It reminds me of the TikTok trend of making fun of GCSE Drama devised performances. Unfortunately, I was being unironic. Saying that, I do like the overlapping canonical voices, because it overwhelms me and makes me think about the state of our society. In this 50 seconds of filler content, I sent the message that needed to be repeated throughout the world. Vote Biden 2020. Without doing much research into Brecht, I wrote a very anti-capitalist and somewhat socialist scene. An explanation of what I was trying to mime was a fast food worker being overworked and underpaid, like a robot. This was helped by being taught by my geography teacher that Nigerian fast food workers are arguably underpaid.
And now, here are some modern day examples. This channel Shane Dawson vids. You can accept his apology if you're a person of colour or black, Asian, transgender or in the LGBT community. Let me rephrase. If you're a white person, you cannot accept his apology. If you are a cis person, you cannot accept his apology, etc, etc. He isn't apologising for hurting you, is he? It's kind of like if someone hit me and you accepted their apology.
You asshole!
Excuse me, you don't have the broken nose, piss off!
I love my selfie, and it gets so much better.
Shane Dawson, Darren Phil and Tom Scott are influencers.
Paedophilia isn't funny.
A few more Brechtian devices used on my YouTube channel are multi-roll, looking at the camera to talk to each other, and direct address.
Sherlock decreasing tension through cheeky quips. For example, Mrs. Hudson in Series 2, Episode 1.
The wonderful British Broadcasting Corporation will not allow me to show this clip and get monetized, so here's a rundown of the scene. John Watson gets the call of Mycroft Holmes after Sherlock is heartbroken by seeing his first love dead. This was on Christmas Eve, when they were supposed to have a little get-together in Baker Street. Watson's girlfriend doesn't like how attached he is to Sherlock, and breaks it off with him. Mrs. Hudson says, "Well, that wasn't very good, was it?" after overhearing the fiasco. Rest in peace, Una Stubbs.
The outro. I hope you have enjoyed this video and have learned something. Click subscribe, like, share with other GCSE students. Goodbye. By the way, I love y'all.
Well, you have improved in your line delivery, video editing and research in 2 years thanks to college and thanks to me, of course. I guess this video has helped you, the viewer, to learn more about Bertolt Brecht, and in doing so has entertained.
Thanks to my friend Joe for helping me with this video. A bibliography will be in the description.
Like, share and subscribe.
Goodbye! I revisited a sporadic series where I look back and improve my old videos. This one was essential because most of my research was going to be based off of that video, which is inaccurate and not detailed enough. Thanks for watching. I love you very much.